New World Symphony. The lights in the concert hall dimmed until only the soft glow on the stage remained, a warm halo around the orchestra. The elderly couple sat side by side in the seventh row, their hands gently intertwined, their breaths steady but expectant. It was America's 250th anniversary, an evening meant to honor the long, winding story of a nation built by those who crossed oceans, endured storms, and carried their hopes into the unknown. When the first tone of the English horn rose into the silence, it felt less like a sound and more like a memory awakening. The melody drifted through the hall with the weight of something ancient, something carried across generations. The couple closed their eyes, and the music opened a door inside them. They felt themselves lifted out of the present moment and placed into a vast, unfolding panorama of history. The Largo's long, yearning phrases seemed to stretch across centuries, and in its gentle rise and fall, they sensed the footsteps of the first immigrants who had come long before them, those who had left behind villages, farms, and families to face the Atlantic's merciless waves. They saw wooden ships creaking under gray skies, sails swollen with wind, passengers huddled together in fear and hope. They saw faces pale from seasickness, hands clutching rosaries, letters, or tiny keepsakes from home. The music wrapped these images in a soft, mournful glow, as if blessing their courage. The melody deepened, and the couple felt the presence of the Irish fleeing famine, their hearts hollowed by hunger, yet filled with determination. They sensed the Germans escaping war, the Italians chasing dreams, the Jews seeking refuge from persecution. They felt the echo of Chinese laborers who carved railroads through mountains, their sweat and sacrifice buried beneath steel tracks that would bind a continent together. The music swelled, and the couple felt the land itself changing, forests giving way to settlements, settlements to towns, towns to cities. They saw hands building homes, plowing fields, raising barns, forging tools. They saw women sewing by candlelight, men working in mines and factories, children learning their first English words in crowded classrooms. Every note of the Largo seemed to carry the heartbeat of those who had come before, each one adding a thread to the tapestry of a growing nation. As the strings brightened, the couple felt the optimism of a young America, its promise, its ambition, its belief that tomorrow could be better than today. They sensed the millions who had arrived with nothing but a suitcase and a dream, who had endured loneliness, prejudice, and hardship, yet still found ways to build lives, families, and futures. And then, as the music softened again, the couple felt their own story gently woven into the larger one. They remembered their first years in America, the cramped apartment, the long hours of work, the unfamiliar language that felt heavy on their tongues. They remembered the ache of missing home, the quiet tears shed in the privacy of night, the uncertainty of whether they had made the right choice. But they also remembered the small triumphs, the first stable job, the first car bought with hard-earned savings, the first holiday dinner shared with neighbors who welcomed them without question. They remembered watching their children grow up speaking English effortlessly, moving through this country with a confidence they themselves had never known. The Largo's melody returned, tender and luminous, and the couple felt a profound truth settle in their hearts. They were part of something far larger than their own journey. Their struggles, their hopes, their sacrifices were echoes of the millions who had walked this path before. They were not outsiders looking in, they were threads in the fabric of the nation. As the final notes faded into the stillness of the hall, the couple opened their eyes. The stage lights glowed softly, illuminating the musicians who had just carried them through centuries of longing and courage. The audience remained silent for a breathless moment, as if unwilling to break the spell. In that silence, the couple felt a deep, quiet gratitude for the land they had left behind, which shaped who they were. Gratitude for the land they now called home, which had given them a place to grow old together. Gratitude for the countless footsteps that had paved the way, and for the music that had allowed them to walk alongside those who came before. When the applause finally rose like a wave through the hall, they remained still for a moment longer, letting the echoes of the Largo settle gently into their hearts. They felt connected to history, to the present, to each other, and in that connection, they felt something that transcended borders and time, and something called home.